I had to talk about this. You guys don't know this about me, but I've always had a certain kind of no, curiosity, Curious George vibes about the royal family and just royalty in general, because I think it's an amazing concept. When I first learned the meaning of my name, I was told it meant queen. If you're told that your name means queen, then you know your whole life is now spent trying to understand that. Okay, maybe not yours, but definitely mine. And then naturally, without me ever telling anyone what my name meant, I was called queen all the time, from queen to queenie. It was just a regular thing. You don't tell a little girl, in preschool, that's what her name means, and think she's not going to run with it. Oh, I ran with it. Names do have power, by the way. But with that being said, there has always been this thing for me about trying to understand the British royal family, the hypocrisy of it all, right? The colonization, the raping, the pillaging, the this sense of world domination, like her being the main figurehead for this all. And then all of a sudden she passes. But this was the thing. She's on money, she's everywhere. And so I'm always trying to figure out, okay, so everyone's going to be sad when she passes, right? That's what I thought. Apparently not. Oh my goodness. Now, I've always been down with the conspiracy theories. I remember reading about the shape-shifting lizard people and that she was one of them, the rituals. I was reading all about Princess Diana's with the ritual they said that actually happened at Balmoral after her passing, the hit job, all of it. Oh, I've always been down for all of it. You probably didn't know, but yes, I've been down with it. But with that being said, it seemed like no matter how much stuff came out about just kind of the crimes against humanity and people and all the things that might seem a bit off, whether it was a conspiracy theory, speculation, or just straight fact, it always seemed to just kind of quiet down. And then you had the trooping of the colors and people excited to see the queen and people, it's like the pomp and circumstance never stopped. And so then I realized something. I'm like, this is some fascinating power. So I got deeper in trying to understand something. I'm like, well, who is she? Like, why is it so important? One, she's the head of the church. Head of the church means head of the body, head of the spiritual body, head of the Church of England, meaning this is God, this is her. And so with all of this, and I think about this God of the Bible, this God of the Bible did some real shady stuff, took things away, had domination and control. So for this person to be right under this and say they're crowned with that, wearing all the jewels, if you will, from all the different places that they have taken from, it seems to me that we wouldn't be surprised that somehow we could just keep on going like this. So my biggest surprise was the reaction, because my first thing was a little judgmental. I'm like, you all, she's passed and now all the smoke is coming out. Where was the smoke when she was alive? But then I started to think about it. This whole thing is traumatic. And what I mean by that is the whole royal family, this king, queen situation, this sense of rulership, dominion, whether it is a constitutional monarchy, it is a spiritual kind of and mental and psychological pull that it had on people, meaning that this person is either not necessarily fully responsible, but has stood by and allowed to happen atrocities in this world. And yet at the same time, they smile, you think everyone likes them, and they're supposed to be revered. That is a traumatizing concept in general. If you just put that in a regular relationship, right? To put this into something very simple, a mother or a family member abusing you, but being celebrated, and they're expected to be celebrated all the time. Can you imagine being the child of that person? Well, I bet that the moment that that person passes, that mother, that's when all the truth starts to come out. And I think that's what we're seeing now. I've been trying to figure out, whoa, where was all the smoke? All of a sudden, Black Twitter, Irish Twitter really came out all cylinders. What kind of got me the most was is that you still, I mean, and then if there was a Black person who in any way shared any kind of like condolences or sadness, everyone attacked them like, oh, hell no, you better not. Let me give you a whole list of all the reasons why you shouldn't be this way. But it's all coming out now. And I think I realized is that this shows the way trauma actually occurs on a worldwide stage. I mean, we know that the British Empire is associated with atrocities all over the world, but it wasn't until the head has fallen that finally people feel like they can totally say what they need to say, because they were literally seeing it all happen. And every time for 70, was it 2 years or however long, they got away with it. Or 70 years, they got away with it. So what does that tell you? Well, there's nothing we can do. And we're going to be celebrating this person again. So this has been a fascinating change of events. It'll be interesting to see how everything comes out. But look at these images. Wow. Hallelujah, Hala Magic, Iyo, and Bunya. And I will see you all next video.
It is absurd to say that we Africans were not in Africa when white people first came. And secondly, the conqueror writes history. They came, they conquered, and they wrote. Now, you don't expect people who came to invade us to write the truth about us. They will always write negative things about us. And they have to do that because they have to justify their invasion in all the countries. It's like saying when the Europeans went to America, there were no Indians there. It's ridiculous because they were there. I know that my people were there. We don't write our history. It has always been handed down to us orally by our elders. Of course, the white man came and he writes history. In fact, you don't know anything about any place until the white man gets there. Like my husband always says, it's like saying, well, until the white man comes to any place, nothing lives. It's only when he comes and says, boof, I've discovered you.